Alright, and welcome back to the wonderful world of math videos. Alright, we're going to be talking about 8.5, which is factoring specifically this form right here. That is x squared plus bx plus c. Alright, and get my thing. Alright, good, we're off and running. So specifically we're going to be talking about factoring this right here. Now, the big idea. Okay, gotta learn how to write again. The big idea would be many trinomials can be written as a product of two binomials. Now, you have done this before. X plus 3 times x plus 4. You know that we have a number of ways that we can do this. One way is we can use the hashtag method and write out x and 3 and then x and 4 and multiply everything out and get x squared, and this would be 3x. This would be 12 down here, and this would be 4x right here. And then we add diagonally, so we end up with x squared plus 7x plus 12. Or we can just use simple distribution, what I like to call binomial distribution in this case. And again, end up with the same thing. Well, now we're going to go from this back to this. Alright? And the way that we do that, we need a couple things. We need to remember a couple things. So if you got a highlighter, or if you want to write these down again, this gray box is very important. So, the process. Okay, so number one, we set up groupings with consideration for the sign. Alright? So here's what we have. If my sign in my trinomial right here is plus plus, as you see here, then my groupings, this is setting up my groupings, are going to be plus plus. If my sign is plus negative, then my groupings are going to be negative negative. Okay? If my signs are negative plus, then my groupings are going to be negative positive. Alright, and the same thing if it's negative negative, we end up with a negative and a positive for our groupings. Okay? Alright, so that's the first thing you have to do. Again, if it's a positive sign for the second term, here's the second sign. If it's a positive sign, then we know our signs are going to be the same. Then I look at this sign, and this tells me both of them are negative. That's where this comes from. I look at this one tells me they're both positive. Alright? If the second sign is negative, then I know they're opposites. I don't even have to check this sign. If the second sign is negative, my signs are opposite. Okay, keep that in mind, and we're going to come back to this. Okay, so it may be a little hazy right now, but you'll pick it up here pretty quick. Number two, consider the factors of the constant. Alright, so my constant is 12. What are the factors of 12? Well, the factors of 12 are 6 and 2, 12 and 1, 4 and 3, and that's all of them. Okay? Pick the factors with the desired sum or difference. The desired sum or difference is B term. Okay? So the B term, remember right here, x squared plus bx. So what's in front of x? It's the 7. So which one of these set of factors would give me the desired sum of 7? Is it 6 plus 2? No, that equals 8. 12 plus 1, that's 13. 4 plus 3, 7. There they are. That's what I want. Okay? Then I place them. Alright, here's 4, here's 3, and then x in front of both. Okay? So let's rethink this just real quick. Let's think about this one more time. First thing I have to do is set up the groupings with consideration of the sign, which means you automatically write this. Automatically write this. And then what are my signs? Are they both positive? Are they both negative? Is one positive and one negative? Okay? Remember, check the second sign first. If the second sign is negative, then we're done. I know my groupings are positive and negative, and I can write them either way. It doesn't matter. If the second sign is positive, then I have to check it one step further. Okay? Then, we consider the factors of the constant. So you find your constant, which is always the C. Alright? You find the factors, and you figure out which factors of the constant are going to add, or you could subtract them if one of them is negative, and give you b. I want the factors of 12 that are going to add and give me 7. Alright, and the last thing, place the factors into the grouping. Okay, so let's try this. I just threw a ton at you. Let's try a couple. Okay, so again, I'm going to set up my grouping with consideration of my signs. Okay, what are my signs? Signs are positive and positive. I check this one first. It's positive, so they're both going to be positive. Alright, step 2. What are my factors of C? Okay, so here's the constant, 12. My factors are 6 and 2. Let's see, 12 and 1, 4 and 3. Which ones are going to add together to give me positive 8? It's 6 and 2. So now place them, 6 and 2. And then finally, my factors of x squared, which is just x and x. Okay? Alright, let's do this one, number 2. Again, a little bit different now, but I'm still same steps. What are my signs? Okay, we check the second one first. It's positive. So I know they're both going to be the same. What are they both going to be? They're both going to be positive. Okay? What are my factors of 30 that add together to give me 11? Well, the factors of 30 are what? 30 and 1. That doesn't add to give me 11. 15 and 2. No. 10 and 3? No. 6 and 5? 6 plus 5 is 11. There it is. And then x squared, so x and x. Alright, you try number 3. Remember, set up your signs first, then find your factors, and what factors you use is what's going to give you 8 when you add them together. So do that now. Press pause, work it out. Alright. So hopefully you got that your signs are both positive and that your factors are 7 and 1. That kind of looks like a 1. Let's make that a better bracket. Parentheses. So 7 and 1, because 7 plus 1 is 8. And then x and x. Done. Well enough. Okay? Let's try some other ones. Number 4. Number 4 is the first one where we run into, where we have a negative sign here. But nothing changes. Okay? Signs are still the same. Okay? Because I got a positive here, which means both my signs are the same. Alright, so I have a negative and a negative. And now I need my factors of 8 that add together to give me negative 6. Okay? So 4 and 2 come to mind, but 4 plus 2 is positive 6. So what do I need to do to 4 and 2 to make negative 6? Make them both negative. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8, and it's negative 6. So there we go. And this is x and x. So a little curveball there, but no big deal. No big deal at all. Alright, number 5. I got a positive and a negative. So I know both my signs are negative, because positive tells me right here that they're going to be the same, and this one tells me they're both going to be negative. What are my factors of 50 that add together to give me negative 15? It would be 10 and 5. And then x and x. So we're moving a little bit faster. Why don't you try number 6 right now? So hopefully what you figured out on this is you end up with x x minus 7 and x minus 2. Alright, last ones. Okay, now the second term. Look at the second term. Every single one, the second term is negative. The second sign is negative. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying second term. The second sign is negative, which means every single one of these, the signs are opposite. One's positive and one's negative. Okay? Every single one, I can go ahead and just write in one positive and one negative. Alright? So what are my factors of negative 14 that add together to give me 5? Well, positive 7 and negative 2. Okay. What are my factors of a negative 21 that add together to give me 4? Well, positive 7 and negative 3. How do I know which one is positive? Well, positive 7 plus negative 3 gives me 4. Alright? So try number 9 and 10. Press pause, try them, and then come back and we will finish this thing off. Alright, so hopefully on this one, again, I know my signs are going to be opposite because of the second sign. Alright, we can pretty much guarantee this is going to be x. As long as this is x squared, this is always going to be x. And then I have 5 and 3, and I want them to be negative, so I make the bigger number the negative, because I want negative 2. Same thing here. I got a plus and a minus. One of my factors is negative 36. That together give me negative 5, so I want the bigger number. That's 9 and 4. I want the bigger number to be negative. X and X. Alright. So hopefully that all went well for you. Hopefully there's nothing that caught you too off guard there. And if you give me just 1 second here, I wrote down your homework, but I forgot to bring the sheet with me, so let me look it up real quick. 8.5, your homework for class tomorrow, is actually going to be on page 515, and it's, well, sorry, 515 through 517, and it's going to be 12 through 39, oh no, 12 through 42 every third, and then it's also going to be 49 through 60 every third. Okay, and if you do this tonight, 49 through 60 could give you some problems. Okay, they kind of expand on a couple ideas, but that's it. Once you're done with those, you've got everything done tomorrow. You come in and just get started on the video. Alright, well, I hope you have a good night, and peace out.